right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to learn about our hearts and women. Women and hearts. Wow, that's perfect for me. I love those two topics. Suzanne Santangelo is here. She's the Director of Marketing at Ocala Health, and she has invited Mistie Newtson to join us. Mistie is the Director of the Cardiac Cath Labs at Ocala Health. She oversees the Cath Labs at Ocala Regional Medical Center and at West Marion Community Hospital. And it says here you have a wealth of knowledge on heart disease. Good morning, Mistie. How are you doing?
Well, good morning. How are you?
A wealth of knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know?
I had no idea.
Do you ever refer to yourself that way? I have a wealth of knowledge. Good morning, Suzanne. How are you?
Good morning. I'm just fine.
You're looking sharp.
Thank you, Larry.
I wanted a different word this time. Sharp. I haven't used sharp before.
I'll take it.
You got this movie star thing going.
Yeah.
You do. You have this nice, really radiant look.
You're very kind. Thank you.
She hates it when I do that.
I know. She's
She
shy.
hates it. She hates it, Misty. But I'm not lying.
No, you're not lying.
I'm not lying.
Thanks, Larry.
Women in heart disease. Do women's heart disease? I've always heard this. So this is coming from you. Now you'll know. Do you ladies have a different set of symptoms than us guys do when it comes to heart attacks?
You know, a lot of times women do. Women tend to have more vague heart symptoms than men. They don't have always the classic, what I call the Fred Sanford symptom where you're clutching the chest and the chest pain. Sometimes it's very vague, where it's jaw pain, it's arm pain, or it's just shortness of breath or nausea. So women tend to portray their symptoms in different ways.
But is what's going on inside just as damaging as what's going on inside of Fred Sanford?
Absolutely. Same exact thing that's going on in the heart. They're having the buildup and they're having a clot that's either blocking the blood supply and blocking the oxygen to the heart. So just portrays outwardly in a different way.
I know stroke is typically a brain thing, but is it considered part of the heart disease family of things?
They are very similar because they're all vascular disease. So you can think of a stroke as a brain attack, whereas a heart attack is a heart attack, but it's the same exact thing. It can either be something rupturing or there's more than likely a clot that is developing, cutting off blood supply.
Oh, really? Do you know, who's the guy? Travis? The country singer. What's the guy's name? He went in a stroke.
Randy Travis?
Randy Travis, yeah. You know, 3 years ago, he almost died. He had a stroke. And this morning it was in the news. He's in a comeback. He's like baffled doctors, I guess. And he was just lucky, is what I think.
That's true. That's true.
Just one of those lucky guys.
Do as many women as men have stents?
I would say it's probably getting pretty equal. Doctors and the medical community are starting to pick up on women's signs and symptoms, and more women are out there getting screened, paying attention to the symptoms that they're having. So I think as many women are getting treated as men now because of the awareness of the differences in symptoms. So they're reaching out to their doctors quicker and reaching out for help and getting treatment quicker.
And in a woman, does the pain travel where they can feel it, like in their breasts?
You know, sometimes it can, because it's behind, the chest wall. And so it might go down their left arm or might radiate toward their back, and they contribute it to, it's muscle pain or it's back pain or it's something different rather than it's coming from the heart. So it can be confusing.
That's like the worst thing, right? Is a heart attack. Because you could die. That's got to be one of the worst.
You can die. It's one of the worst. I mean, there's a lot of bad things, but it's definitely one of the most serious. A very serious condition that somebody can have.
What about the valves? That's not the same thing that a stent corrects, right? It's two different things?
Correct. It's a different structure in the heart. A stent is going to help with blood flow, with the arteries of the heart. And a valve is one of the, there's 4 main valves in the heart, and they open and close to push the blood throughout the heart chambers. And so a little bit different. That's kind of under the umbrella of a structural, can be like a structural heart defect or a structural heart treatment that they're going to do for the heart, but there are different ways to treat valves now as well.
And what about weight loss? Because sometimes women go to extremes and they don't lose weight properly. Mm-hmm. Can that contribute to a heart attack?
I don't know that weight loss itself would contribute to heart attack, but sometimes the way we do it definitely can, like, which is exactly what you just said. Some of the diet medication that's out there, it's okay if it's in moderation or if it's adhered to as for the guidelines, but sometimes we tend to have other bad habits that go along with it, especially diet medication and smoking, or diet medication and maybe different other medications that you might be taking that your physician might not be aware of that could damage your blood vessels. Those can be dangerous combinations. So definitely, if you're trying to do anything other than just watching your diet and doing a good balance of exercise, then definitely get with your physician just to see if what you're planning on doing is healthy for you and if it's good for you and if it interacts with any other medications your doctor might have you on.
Really? Are there any telltale signs like varicose veins or something that you would say, before I start exercising, I got to look? I only know about it a little bit from my mom. She had the varicose vein thing.
Well, that can be, venous supply, the blood going back to the heart. So definitely, if you're having anything that makes it uncomfortable or it's hurting to exercise, which varicose veins could start hurting, when you're exercising, definitely have your physician talk with you about it, maybe come up with a plan that could slowly build you up rather than overdoing it all at once. So.
No, we donate blood. We try to do it every 8 weeks, and then we always get back this thing about your cholesterol levels. Is that one of the signs, too, that you might be having heart problems?
It is one of the risk factors that they look for. If you're having, if your blood cholesterol level is not within a good range, then it's puts you at a higher risk for having heart disease.
You know what's crazy? And I don't know if this is just Robin and me or if it's men and women in general. We basically eat the same thing. We go to Subway together and then we donate blood. My cholesterol, and I'm probably way worse than Robin because when I go home, mayonnaise. I'm a mayonnaise guy. Okay. I know she doesn't do that. But her cholesterol is always high. And mine is like mine looks like I'm doing something right and I'm not. So is that because I'm a man or is it just two different people?
I wouldn't say it's hereditary. You got lucky. You got the lucky gene pool.
The lucky gene pool.
You got the lucky gene pool. Yes, you did.
Nice.
We have a phone call. Ladies, if you can put your headsets on and just let me know if you can hear me. And then if you can, you'll be able to hear the caller. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Thank you for calling. You're on the air.
Yes, thank you for taking my call. Ladies, if we think we are having a heart attack or a stroke, which one would we be taking aspirin immediately for, and how much aspirin should we be taking?
Well, if you think that you're having a heart attack, then you definitely, one of the first things after you call 911 is to take an aspirin. Whatever you have in the cabinet is fine. If you have a 325, take that. But if all you have are the small ones, the 81, then you might want to go ahead and take 2 or 3 of those to get to the 325. But if all you grab is an 81, that's better than nothing.
I think what he's asking, though, is if it's a stroke. Would that do more harm than good?
If it's a stroke, you probably want to wait until you get cleared by your physician, because one of the first things that they're going to want to do is make sure that you're having what I call a thrombolytic stroke or a clot stroke versus a bleed. And if it is a bleed, you could do more damage than good. So you definitely on that end would want to get medical attention first.
Thank you for the call. Ladies, we have to take a little break. We'll be right back. We're talking about women and heart disease. Mistie Newtson is our expert today. She is the guest of Suzanne Santangelo from Ocala Health. We'll take a little break and be right back. If you would like to call, you're welcome to do that. The number is 622-9622.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be mostly sunny on this Thursday, breezy in the afternoon, high 67 to 71. And partly cloudy Thursday night, lows ranging from the mid and upper 40s in a few inland locations to 59 along the coast. For Friday, sunshine, some clouds, and pleasant, high 70 to 74. And for Saturday, partly sunny, high 72 to 76. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Oh my, how did another 365 days go by? If you're looking to make a change in 2016, get involved in the health scene. Get rid of the old and try something new, like acupuncture at A Better You. Pain in your joints or knees? Throw out your back every time you sneeze? Then acupuncture is sure to please. From pain to allergies, even the flu, come get acupuncture at A Better You. Call me, Dr. Erica Olstein with A Better You Healthcare today at 352-615-5566.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
All right, 17 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, if you have a question during the course of the show, the number to call in is 622-9622. Also, remember that if this information is something you'd like to share with somebody who you care about, the interviews are all videotaped and are put on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you don't know how to find that, just call us here at the office. We'll be glad to tell you that. Just go to the WOCA YouTube channel.
Yes.
I guess that's WOCA The Source is what it's called, right, on YouTube. Mistie Newtson is here from she's the director of the Cardiac Cath Labs at Ocala Health, and Suzanne Santangelo from Ocala Health is her host, actually. Mistie, what is a cath? Okay, this is where, Suzanne, I know nothing about what you do for a living, so I get silly sometimes, but I always thought a cath was a urinary thing, right?
Oh.
What is it? So what is a cath? Okay, a catheter.
Okay.
Is it the same thing? Just someplace else?
A lot of different things are catheters. So when you're thinking of the urinary catheter, you're not wrong. There is one for that as well. But the one that we're talking about with a heart cath is actually where you can access an artery, either in the femoral artery, which is right at the bend of the hip, or in the wrist, and you go up. You thread a catheter essentially to the heart, and you take pictures of the blood vessels.
You're putting a camera, really?
Well, you're actually not putting a camera. You're putting a little catheter through there, and then we inject radiopay dye, a contrast, in through that catheter, and then we use X-ray images to see the contrast go into your heart on film.
Oh, wow, that is fascinating.
And you pick up, what are you picking up when you do
We're looking for heart disease. We're looking for any lumps and bumps in your arteries, any clots, plaque buildup.
Oh, really?
Or any irregularities, and we're also looking at the actual muscle function of your heart too.
During the break, Suzanne was telling us a personal story, and I asked you permission if we could do this on the air.
Did. Absolutely.
Because you had an experience that sounded like a heart attack happening for a lady, right?
I woke up one morning and I had this intense chest pain, and I had some numbness going down my arm. I was sweating profusely. I felt nauseous, and I knew it was something I had never felt before.
Yeah.
So after a very brief time, I said to my husband, maybe we should go to the hospital. And so anyway, it turned out to be a gallbladder attack. But I knew that it wasn't something I was
And this is what
used
you
to
do for a
feeling.
living, and you had never heard that before.
And I had never heard that sometimes, I mean, Misty, maybe you can weigh in on this, that sometimes the symptoms of a gallbladder attack mimic those of a heart attack in women.
They absolutely can, and they can. They'll feel the same to you. You're just exactly like what you said. You just know it's not right. Something is wrong, and they can quickly rule out. When you get treatment, they can quickly rule out with just a couple of tests whether or not it's your heart, and then they can move on down the line to the next thing. So it's best to get treatment quickly. Another thing it can mimic is just with your esophagus and with your stomach, with the acid reflux. A lot of times it feels the same. You have some of the same symptoms.
Really?
That and you think it's that when actually it may be something else. So a lot of the GI, some of the stomach GI gallbladder issues can mimic.
Do you know what happened to Robin that mimicked a stroke? She had Bell's palsy. I never even heard the term before. But she was talking like a pirate, and I was thinking, Robin, why are you talking like this? And I'm being silly and not knowing that she's going through something. And then somebody said, you got to get to the hospital, right? And she, did you call Brittany? Who'd you call?
Yeah, I called the nurse hotline.
Yeah, I think she called you guys. Yeah.
They told me to go to West Marion, and
Very good.
I went. And right away, you guys.
Yeah.
And the guy there, he had been a guest actually here. So he said, come right in, Robin. I'm thinking, how does he know your name?
I know. It's like, you guys are magic.
So he saw the symptoms, and right away, because he didn't know it was Bell's palsy, he thought it could be a stroke.
Right.
And right away, he called her in. So in your case, right away they thought heart attack first, right? But couldn't a gallbladder be just?
The thing is, they took me right in because I had those symptoms, and they took me right in. And once they ruled it out, okay, whew. And then, I ultimately had to have surgery to have the gallbladder removed, but it wasn't, that urgent. But you never know. You never know until you actually get checked out. So.
But you could have died from the gallbladder thing too, right?
I don't know. I probably would have just suffered a lot, right?
It's very painful.
It's very painful.
Oh, the gallbladder pain is very painful.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then you could, end up having a lot more complications if you prolong it.
Right.
So it's very, very good to get.
But either way, you don't know because you're just feeling bad.
Right.
And the first thing you think, heart attack, I'm going to die, call 911.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now, what kind of precautions should a person take when they have a history of heart disease in their family? I mean, can you sort of know what's coming on or anything like that?
Precautions to prevent heart disease, is that what you mean, Robin? Well, there's risk factors that you can control and risk factors that you can't. The ones that you can are watching what you eat, exercising, and not smoking. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, I got 1 out of 3. Okay, I got stop smoking.
Is heart disease hereditary though? Even though it's, even though a lot of people have heart attacks and things in their family through the generations?
There is a hereditary component. A big.
Oh my gosh.
Are you
It's a big portion of that. Yes.
Is it true that some oil is better than other oil? I don't know. This is really not a culinary kind of show, but. You okay? Do you want me to take a break? I can take a break.
Okay. Okay.
You're not having a heart attack, right?
No.
God forbid. God forbid.
Just drainage.
Well, you got a cute face. You got a cute smile. Look at your eye. When you smile, your eyes smile.
Oh,
Yes.
So that's when you get a picture right there. So because we talk to everybody under the sun, so everybody has an opinion about something. Is olive oil the better oil when it comes to heart?
Yes, it is.
And is fish oil good for your heart?
Fish oil is good for your heart because it helps. There is some research that says it helps with some of the cholesterol buildup in your body, the omega-3.
That's fish oil?
Fatty acids.
So you got to have fish oil, Robert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fish oil, and then unsaturated fats are better than saturated fats because of the cholesterol.
See, that's when I hear that, I'm like, I don't even know the difference. It never says it on the bottle.
Actually, it will. If you read on the back,
it does say unsaturated?
It'll give you the breakdown of unsaturated versus saturated.
Okay.
It's supposed to.
Suzanne, if students want to go into the medical profession and they want to do something like this, is there a way that they can come in and make an appointment with you so you can take them on a tour of the cath labs in Ocala Regional and West Marion, and just so they can familiarize
Sure, they can give the
themselves?
marketing department a call. Yeah, we do have certain programs set up for that. We also have a great volunteer program that we have too. So if you want to volunteer,
volunteer.
yes, every summer we do that. We take in a group of teens who want to volunteer. We also work with a lot of the schools, the nursing schools too, to have volunteers programs too. So yeah, and we do tours. So.
And do the teenagers go to see their guidance counselors to set this up before the school year is over with, or do they come
No,
right
they can
to
just
you?
call us. They can just call us, and we have a volunteer services department. And if
Oh,
they ask for
nice.
Ann Shannon there, they can volunteer and get a good feel for what it's like to work in a hospital.
And you have you have
that's
programs
wonderful.
sometimes where you invite the public in. I can't remember what you call the overall name of the.
Well, sometimes we have open houses for people.
So if you had like a talk where there's an expert.
Definitely have seminars. Actually, Mistie is one of our folks that give a lot of seminars out at the Senior Wellness Community
Oh, okay.
Center. Yes.
And can we find that schedule online?
Yes, that's online at ocalahealthsystem.com on our events page. And I also, too, I'll give our 800 number, which they can also call and find out the next available talk on a variety of topics. That's 800-530-1188. And that's a number that you can call if you need any type of, like Robin called. And
That's the same
was
number,
able to-
yeah. That's the
able to
one
speak
Robin
to a
called.
nurse. You can find out about our events, and you can also get a physician referral on that line.
Easy for me to remember because 1188 was an old address of mine.
Oh, see? Very good.
1188 Amaranth Street. I always remember it. 1188, yeah. Well, this is good information, and I think prevention is probably the first thing we want to do because we don't want to have the heart attack, right?
Right. The best thing to do is to prevent it from happening in the first place.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're right on that.
And what do you tell the student athletes in high school when they're going out for football, because you know, in baseball and those kind of sports? How do you tell them to take care of themselves so this won't happen?
Because that's a little bit different than heart disease. They're having some type of structural issue or cardiomyopathy with them. But number one, you know, the schools are good about making the athletes have physicals and then keeping up with the athletes year by year as they're growing. But then I think the number one thing is to have, you know, especially teenagers, they think they're invincible. But listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, tell your parents, tell your coach, tell your teacher that, you know, there's no shame in telling them something's feeling wrong so that they can properly assess you. And, you know, it may be something as simple as hydration, but, you know, you might prevent something a lot worse.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, thank you for coming in today. I want to be sure that the listeners have. I think the phone number that you gave, Suzanne, is probably key, and the website. And I would check out the schedule and show up and pay attention to some of that stuff. And do you talk about the results of food?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
we have
'cause
a very big
food and the
focus.
heart go hand in hand, don't they?
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do.
Do vegans have a better heart than meat eaters?
You know, I don't know the answer to that question, but I don't know that it's necessarily a vegan lifestyle, but it's just somebody who, I don't know that that's necessarily any more benefit than just a well-balanced diet.
It's well balanced.
Right.
Stay away from the deep fry.
Yeah, in moderation.
Isn't this good? though?
Moderation,
How come deep
yes.
fried tastes so good? Why are things that taste good no good for you?
I know. It's the saturated fat.
That's right.
There you go
right.
again. Mistie Newtson, thank you so much for coming in here. And Suzanne Santangelo, as always, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Coming in and giving us some good information. And for the listeners, this interview has been recorded, and you are welcome to share it. There is no copyright hold on it. You're able to share it as much as you want. Somebody asked me that the other day. How can I share it if it's copyrighted? Well, because we said so.
Yes, because you give your permission.
You have our permission. I just
have
did
the
it
permission,
publicly.
so.
February is Healthy Heart Month, so take care of your heart, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
We'll be right back.
Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. Just in time for this weekend's South Carolina GOP primary. A brand new Fox News poll. It shows that nearly a third of voters there are behind Donald Trump.
The real estate mogul captures 32% in the latest Fox News poll, down slightly from a December survey, but still well ahead of second-place Senator Ted Cruz at 19% and Senator Marco Rubio at 15%.
Fox's Jared Halpern, and a new national Quinnipiac poll shows Senator Bernie Sanders with the highest favorability rating of any candidate, Democrat or Republican. President Obama will become the first U.S. chief executive since Calvin Coolidge to visit Cuba when he heads there in late March. Some much-needed relief is on the way to the people of Flint, Michigan.
The Iowa-based grocery store chain Hy-Vee is donating 11 trucks of water for the Iowa State Cyclones number 11, Monte Morris, who grew up in Flint.
Tom Knoller of Fox affiliate WHO Des Moines. Fox News, we report, you decide.
For your best-looking lawn, Ace has the national brands and the local expertise you need. Right now, Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S Weed and Feed is just $20.99 after $2 instant savings. Stop by Ace today and get the lawn you've always wanted with Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S Weed and Feed. Now just $20.99 each, only at Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace Rewards members get savings instantly in store. Offer valid now through 2/29 at participating stores. Covers 5,000 square feet. Store stock only. See store for details. Limit 2.
Without automatic cloud backup, everything on your computer is at risk. From hackers, viruses, natural disasters, or even the occasional human error. Few things are as bad for business as downtime. So why take the risk? Get Carbonite Cloud Backup and protect all the files that keep your business or your home running smoothly. Start your free trial today at Carbonite.com. No credit card required. Use the offer code INFORMATION to get 2 free bonus months if you decide to buy. That's Carbonite.com. Offer code INFORMATION.
Yeah, I'm that drip coming down from the corner of the room. But